them at the end of the day. They are tired. Good afternoon. Oh my word. Hello and welcome to Stitches and Jacks. I've just moved because I thought by the plain wall it was the background was a bit boring, so I've persuaded Mr. Jack to put the fire on. So welcome to the haul video for the Yarndale. Oh, we went to Yarndale. So this time last week is Saturday the 4th of October. I want to say 4th of July. Right, sit up properly. Yeah, so it's the haul video. And I have some confessions, as Ellie would say. So yes. So welcome one and all. And thank you for those of you that came and saw me, that messaged me afterwards and said that I was busy talking to somebody and didn't like to come up and see me. Just tap me on the shoulder and it's fine. I'm a lot more comfortable now. Laura and I had the most marvellous time in Skipton. Stop rocking. Yes, the weather was glorious in the sense of that it was autumnal, the sun was out and it was warm with to have the heat on your face, and I don't like the heat on my face, but when it's just like that, it was perfect. So Yarndale for me this year was very different to previous years, and I think this is probably the 6th time maybe, and the third time of staying. And Laura and I have decided that this is the thing. When we go, we need to stay, and it's just lovely. Is it 3? Oh, perhaps it's the 4th time. Maybe it's the 4th time that we've stayed. So one thing that worked for me in February when I went to the yarn show, the Northwest Winter Festival yarn show in Blackpool, was to really think about some projects that I would like to have a go at and put something together. So I came up with this idea. It's not revolutionary, but it's just one of these folders, with the plastic wallets in. And that worked for me really well, and it's motivated me to there's 2 reasons I've been motivated this year with my knitting. One is more belief in myself and to keep practicing, and the second is to have a focus. And we are October, so we are 8 months just gone 8 months shy since that yarn festival, and I've knitted more from that haul than I've ever knitted previously, and I'm itching to cast on some of the beautiful projects that I purchased yarn for. Laura and I have a strategy in that we kind of make a bit of a list. So I made my list, and so it's hopefully some kind of focus. Always with the premise that if something catches our eye, we shouldn't just say no. We shouldn't just dismiss it. So we would do a circuit, and then because we're there the 2 days, that we don't have that added pressure of, oh my word, I've got to buy something, which I think I have suffered with previously when I've attended Yarndale. Also, when you go, it is beautiful. Skipton is a beautiful part of the country. It's on the east side of England, and it's in just farm country. It is beautiful. You've got the canals that run through it, and what is really lovely is that it is held in like a sheep market. So you go in, it is open. I mean, there are signs and everything, but if it is windy or if it's heavy rain, you can feel the wind and the damp, but you just go in layers. But obviously you have to watch the floor and everything. It's all clean and that. And there were a few issues, and I think there's always going to be a few issues wherever you go, and I'm not going to go on about it, apart from one. So for me, because I've been so busy making things, I was able to go back and see the indie dyers and show them my makings. So I'll show you my first one, which I'm super proud of, and it's laid on the floor. So I had two outfits of choice. One was one that I'd made, what we're 25, 23, and this one I made this year. And as soon as I saw the pattern, I was like, oh my word, and it's the Alpine Bloom by Caitlin Hunter. Oh my word. And I intended to take the hem up. You see, I've still got like a couple of casts, yarn ends. I should have sewn them in. And as I bought this yarn from Hayley at Ducky Darling's stall in, I think it was February. Sure, it was February that I bought it from her, or it might have been at Yarndale last year. And she saw me as I was coming in, and I had this on with like a sort of t-shirty blouse, sort of rocking the like 80s Simon Le Bon look, and she could see this, and her face, like the smile, I was like, oh my word, she's smiling. Oh, I hope she wasn't like looking behind. No, she was. I was like, oh my word, she's smiling. Oh, I hope she wasn't like looking behind. No, she was. She was so proud of me, and that meant everything to me. And it was just a joy to knit. It was the pattern was really good. It's really good the way that it was written. I understood it, and yeah, look what I made. I'm just still amazed now. And I keep thinking, why did I think that I couldn't do it? Yeah, she was chuffed a bit. So we had a photograph together, which is really precious. So I'm hoping that I can put it in. I don't know if I can work out how to drop it in. It might just be a standalone picture. But yeah, that was a real big thing for me to be able to wear that. Then I bought a pattern kit, which I think I bought in February, and it's the Rapunzel scarf, and Hayley has a kit also for like the litmus cow as well. So there it is. I'm afraid it's not very good. It's black and white, and I can't remember off the top of my head whether it printed off in black and white or I would just say to a colour. So I made it, and I'm a bit worried about my tension. So I said to Hayley, what do you think? And she said, it's fine, it's perfect. When I looked at the other tensions, yeah, one was quite tight, and one I think was what Hayley knitted. So I said, yeah. So the only thing is, when I wear it, it's very long. So she said, you've done the same as me. She said, you follow the pattern, and you've put the button where you're supposed to. But she said, take it off. So you take it off, and can I remember now what she told me? And you kind of, put it round here, twist it, and then bring it in here and just tuck it in. I think, let's just see, let's get my hair out of the way. Oh. So there we are. Oh my word. And I've decided that my winter look is going to be denim. So if I stand up and not fall over, I think it looks really nice with the denim dress. And this is from Unfolded. Yes. And I think they're quite generous. Yeah, so I absolutely love this. So I'm going to wear this with pride. So then, I love the colours. Aren't they beautiful? Really lovely. So that's that. And then my next stop was to Lottie Knits, who I met for the first time at the show in February. And I bought a shawl pattern, which was the Ganzia shawl by Under the Olive Tree. And I've shown this to you on the podcast that I put up Yarndale weekend. And I showed her this, and she was like, oh my word, I love it, I love the pattern you've chosen. And I was like, I love the lace, I love the how it all looks, I think it's perfect. And her lace is, the yarn is just beautiful. Just beautiful. So I'm in love with that project. And I've sewn all my ends in. Yeah. So that's that. Let's just move this out of the way. And then I showed her, which I don't think I've shown you on here, but I'm going to come back and talk about it in more detail. And it is a scarflet, and it is behind this lady. I'll just show you quickly, but she was in awe of this pattern. I'll show you. Hopefully yeah, look at that. It is absolutely stunning. The light, I don't know whether it's actually doing it justice, but it's beautiful. So I will come back and I'll do a proper podcast and I will show you. And I had that on, funny enough, over my Alpine Bloom. And then I needed to go and show Andy at Attic Spin Dye the two patterns the one pattern that I bought a kit, and as it was a bit of an impulse buy, but Laura and I were just going past and I've knitted one shawl, crocheted one shawl, and I really want to get my crocheting some other shawls. So that was the shawl, and I showed Andy, and I'll show you quickly because I've already shown this, I think. But look at that. It's just beautiful. And that's a one skein shawl with a sock mini. So if you wanted to make a quick present for somebody that looks like you've done a lot of work, do that. And then secondly, which I didn't have them on, but these were the socks that I knitted. Oh my word. And I never knit with anything this bright, and I've knitted it. I was like, I love them. I love them so much. So I'm looking forward to wearing those with my boots. So my colourwork journey began earlier in the year. I should have started with this first really, and I was encouraged by Lucy Locketland to have a go at the Shetland hat because I just fell in love with it, and I was like, oh my word, I love it. How difficult is that to do? She said to me, oh, you'll be able to knit it. And I'm like, does she know who I am? But I knitted it, and I still have some ends in there, lots of ends. So if you've knitted any colour work, what do you do with your ends? I've started to sew them in, and I'm just determined to get them sewn in, and I've laid it on the kitchen table. So just when I've got 5 minutes or whatever, I'll just sew a couple in, and hopefully that will be done. And then I went to see Super Effective Fibres. Oh, and I've forgotten the name of the shawl. He just couldn't get over it because when I chose the yarn in February, he said to me, they weren't together, one was on one side, one was on the other, and I just sort of picked up that and picked up that. I think I was drawn to the paler one. This is is it my first mosaic? Ta-da! Absolutely adore this pattern. Yeah, I was worried that this might be too, I don't know, what is it, too tonal? Like it wasn't solid and it might not show up, but actually it does. I think it's very different, isn't it, when you're sitting there and you've got it on your lap, you can't quite see. You have to stand away. So after my success, yes, I'm going to say it, after my success of my Nordic Bloom, I feel that my knitting has gone, what can I knit? I want to knit everything. Let me just get these two. Now, because of my apex, I need to have a bigger size and I don't really know what to knit. And I've had various successes. I knitted this, I don't know when, was it 2022? And it's too big for me now. It is the Whitmore. So when you look at it, I have executed it. The pattern is beautiful that Amy Loudon has created, dead easy to follow. I knitted it because the size I am, or was, I didn't want to, use an expensive yarn, so I used Starcraft Bellissimo. So in my inexperience, I didn't realise that, and I think it was an acrylic, that it's going to stretch. But it's still wearable, and I do wear it in the winter, like round the house. So I always wanted to come back and either re-knit another jumper, or the cardigan came out and to knit the cardigan. So that's that one. And I think everybody knows who this is, whose pattern this is. This is the Love Note. So I made it in creative linen, oh my word, and I absolutely love it. And I held it with some floof, I think. So lots of compliments. I wore this on, was it Saturday? I can't remember which way around. One I wore one day, and the blue I wore on the second day. The amount of compliments that I received was unbelievable, and I do find a compliment very difficult to take. But I did take it. And I was like, thank you. And it's my first colour work, because I was so proud. And lots of people were like, wow, is it? That's amazing. And I thought, yeah, it is. Right, now for my haul, for my confessions. And I'm very happy with my confessions. Just like to put it out there. I've saved all year since Yarndale last year. I went to Blackpool, so I spent a little bit there, and then I've been saving since. And I also went to the Quilt Festival in August, and I came back with some money then. Not that I have to explain myself. Not even to Mr. Jacks. He says if I'm happy, he's happy. As long as I've not spent the food money. So my confessions are... so this is my Yarndale bag. Oh my word. And this is my other bag. Right, let's just see if I'm organised. Okay. Oh, a bag in there that shouldn't really be in there. Okay. Let's just start with what doesn't really count. So you can see where this is going. Right, I've got my patterns. Oops. Before I went, I really thought about what I wanted, looked through my list, my patterns on Ravelry, thought about what I would perhaps need in my wardrobe. And I'm not sure whether it was 2023 that 2024, I saw the Sonder jumper, which is a beautiful colourwork jumper. I thought I'd really like to have a go at that, and that was by Petite Knits. Now I had no idea about my size, what quantities I would need or anything, and I found, it must have been 2023. Irish Artisan Yarns. Oh my word, her stall is amazing. Her photography that is on there, that's what drew me in. So I purchased, it's double knitting. So this is what I purchased in let's just say 2024. So because of my size, I had to purchase 5 skeins of DK yarn. So I did that. and I wasn't too sure on my colour work, so I thought, right, I'll go for something that's going to be quite subtle, I think. And because of my lack of confidence and not being sure, I haven't made it. I'm like, right, okay. Before I go and buy like another sweater's quantity, jumper's quantity, I should ask myself the question, do I still like it? And would I like it in my wardrobe? And the answer to both of those was yes, but I'd kind of got off that lighter blue. I thought, because tastes change, don't they, when you have things in your stash. So I decided to go for an aubergine. And this is her new line, her studio, for solids, semi-solids. And I thought that would go lovely. Oh my word. Instead of that. So I have two options. I could either start with this, which I think would really go, and that's where I am in my colour mood at the moment. If I change my mind, I've still got this and I can go back. And I think I was between sizes of the quantity that I would need. So I think I was just breaking into the second ball, but I was reluctant to knit the next size down. So I thought, right, I'll just buy another ball in my madness. And I thought maybe I will do colour work, like a colour work hat or gloves or something. So I kind of bought those, but it was to go with that really, and I haven't really counted that in my purchases. But that's invigorated my enthusiasm. And then, was there anything else? No, I think that was it. So on my list was self-striping sock yarn, because I do love a sock, and this, since I lost my stepdad, all I've been able to knit is commercial yarn really. So I thought, right, I need to try something different. What is going to ignite that spark? To see Edward at Madrigal Yarns, I think that's how you pronounce it. And I've knitted a couple of pairs. No, I haven't. I've knitted one pair of socks. I bought a skein last year and I haven't used it. And I said to him, confession, I said, I haven't used last year's yarn that I bought from you. Is it okay for me to buy another skein of yarn? He went, yes, that's fine. He goes, you're the customer I love. So this is called Chandler sock. So I think that's a reference to Friends in front of me. So that's a nice, simple project to have. And I'm trying to be mindful of my projects in the sense of something that's a challenge that I either have to concentrate on, or it's like a new technique to me, or something I'm not very familiar with. I've got to think about it. Also something that is, so that's one, something that's on the go, and something that's dead easy. So this could fall into both of those categories, because I'll just knit it and they are for me. So that's that. So self-striping sock yarn, tick. And then I showed you my Whitmore, and I wanted a cardigan, because thinking about what I'd wear, I sometimes feel a bit trussed up with a jumper. I'm fine like if I'm outside, but if I'm in the house, it's like on, off, on, off. So I thought, right, I'm going to knit a Whitmore. So this is by Amy Loudon, and for jumpers, anything to go by, this is going to be. And I think it was on Sunday that we saw this, and it comes under. I wanted to use like something different, something rustic. So I think I must have seen these, but I've never really clocked them. So it's by Laxton. So again, DK, I'm going to need a bit more yarn. So I think I had to buy 5 skeins of DK. And I think, is this Blue Face Lister? There's one in there. So I've got 5 skeins of the most beautifulest colour, but I have no label or anything, and I think these were on special at, want to say £7 or £8. So for me to have to buy 5 or 8, that was an investment, and I'm really happy that I bought them here. I've been watching a video today, I think it was, what's she called? I'll put it down here. And she went on the undyed yarn, and I'll kick myself now because I think that would be very handy to have some undyed yarn in your stash, you know, if you want a cream or something. So that's my cardigan. So that's 2. So I've got my cardigan, and again I can also I have to knit it backwards and forwards, I think, or I could steek it. That's a step too far for me at the moment. I'm going to do what Amanda from Little Lycax did before she did her steeking, and I'm going to find a mug cozy. Is that right? And steek it. I think so. So I thought, right, I would like a waistcoat, because I bought something. I think I did I show you? Yes, I did, didn't I? I had it on just from Tesco, and there's other supermarkets out there, but they had this really lovely cream cable waistcoat, and I've worn it quite a bit. So obviously I'm still in love with the Alpine Blue. When I saw this, because I've been watching Sarah from It's a Sarah, who's a Dutch lady. When she knitted this, I was like, oh my word, I'm all over it. Right, I've got to get the pattern. Oh, so there is the pattern from Caitlin Hunter of Bowland Knitworks for the cardigan and the waistcoat. And I thought, right, and I want to knit it like that. Is there a better picture? So I worked out what I needed. I thought there was another picture. Perhaps there isn't. Yes, there is. I think one colour is running out on my printer, but there we are. Oh my word, I love it. So I thought, right, okay. And I went to John Albin. Here it is, John Albin. I've got a bag. They give you a bag, and I am a member. I think I paid a membership. I think it was in lockdown, you know, when we were signing up for stuff and everything. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to be doing some knitting. Let me just put this over here, that over here. So I chose, I hope, very similar colours, and I evidently need 3. So I chose the Harvest Hues in the worsted. So it's spun in Devon, and it's called Harvest Hues, and it's called the Sycamore. And it's beautiful. So that's going to be my main colour, and then I needed 2 colours for 2 skeins for the other colour. So I wanted like a stone colour, and it's just called Ordinary Joe. So there we are. So it's John Arbon. And it's called Ordinary Joe. Oh my word, I had such pleasure looking at that, and I think this might be the first thing that I'm going to cast on. I think so. Yeah, I'm absolutely made up. The staff were amazing, absolutely amazing. So I had great pleasure in purchasing that. So that was my waistcoat. And then, because I had knitted, this is why I brought it down, because I knitted this early in the year, my Shetland, I thought I really want to have a go at making another colourwork hat, and I wonder whether I could knit a Marie Wallen accessory. I didn't purchase anything from Lucy Locketland because I still have 2 kits that I haven't finished, and I thought, right, no, you're not allowed, you've got to finish those kits first before you can go back. And it was really difficult because her stall is amazing, and she had this beautiful duck which I fell in love with. I'm like, nope, you cannot do this. So I was like, right, okay. And I'd seen, one of the joys of going is that everybody wears like their knitwear, whether it's accessories, whether it's beautiful jackets, whether it's like jumpers, cardigans, knitting, crochet, and everybody like stops everything like, oh my word, that's amazing. You know, I love that. What's the pattern? And I'd seen this lady a couple of times and she had the most wonderful, I couldn't work out whether it was a jumper or whether it was like a tee. We called them tank tops when my brothers wore them in the 70s. So I stopped her, just bear with me. And I said, oh, excuse me, your jumper is so beautiful. May I ask who the designer is? So she said, oh, she said it's Marie Wallen. So I sort of thought it was. The colours, I said, are beautiful. I really, really love it. Just, oh, thank you very much. And I said, I was just wondering, you know, I don't think that she's here today, so she said, no. She said she isn't. I said, I've only just started my colour work, and I said I was hoping perhaps to be able to buy like an accessory. She said, well, she said, I can recommend another person to you who is very, very good as, and she said that's Hot Butter Yarns, which I think I had heard of before, but I couldn't tell you. So I went to Hot Butter Yarns and I purchased a hat pattern. The one that I wanted, they didn't have. So I thought, right, I'm not being defeated. So I purchased this, which is beautiful. And these are the colours. I haven't even opened the bag. Shall we open it now? I'm super excited. Oh, right, let's see if I can everything. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh my word, look at those. Look at those. Aren't they gorgeous? So I thought, yep, right up my street. And she was lovely. She was really patient, the lady, with me. I think she realised I was a bit out of my comfort zone. I'm not sure whether I had that hat on or if I'd had it with her, but she certainly knew the Shetland. So yes, so you get the pattern and you get the kit. The jumpers and the cardigans, and everything on a stall. It was just amazing. Oh, just so beautiful. You look at something and you think to yourself, oh my word, I love it, I love it. Yeah, but so it's very good. So that is something I would like to cast on. I thought that would be a good project to carry on, like my colour work journey, like for the expansion. So it's different to this, similar but different. And then I bought a pattern because I fell in love with this. I really want to have a vest. I think I'm in the James Harriet phase. Oh my word, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Just love it. And it's called Eddie. Oh, I just go and put my Eddie on. If I can do this, then I'm going to upgrade to this. And hopefully no sleeves, and it'll be fairly quick. So that was my colour work hat. And then I wanted something either like a colourwork sock or a mitten. So of course I went to Blue Fern Yarns. Why wouldn't you? And I purchased a couple of things. And again, with the intention of, if I get on with this, then I'm going to upgrade. I love Shannon's yarn, as you all know, and her patterns. I've made a lot of her socks, and I saw these and I was like, oh my word, I need to knit these. Look at those. So this pattern is by Nicola, is it Furey? F-U-R-E-Y. Oh my word. Oh my word. So I bought the pattern and I bought the little kit which Shannon had. Now these look a bit orangey to me, but I'm going to give it a go. Shannon just thinks it's the lighting. I love them. And then I treated myself to some stitch markers, which I saw these ages ago on Shannon's stories, I think. I think I got confused over the size, but that's one good thing when you're at Yarn Show, you can have a really good look. And they're like flowers, you see them. So that's from a Whitmore. And I bought some needle stoppers. And this says, a well-read woman is a dangerous creature. So yes, I bought those, and then I bought these two patterns. So as soon as I start those, if it works out, I'm going to get the yarn packs for these. So I have this one, which is called the Snowy Day Socks. Wouldn't they be lovely to wear over Christmas? And then this one, Woodland Joy Socks, and I think they would be wonderful for January. Yeah, really nice. She had a beautiful pumpkin one, which I was seriously tempted with. I don't celebrate Halloween. Oh, there's a couple of others, but I didn't see those either. Oh my word, look at those. The Spring Gateway Socks. Oh my word, I'm down a rabbit hole now, aren't I? Those ones. So yes. Well, let's just put those in there. When I went to Andy to show her the crochet shawl and the socks, I didn't buy anything from her either, and I adore her yarn. But when I was going through my stuff, I found a shawl that I haven't made. So I thought, right, make that first. You can't add something in, you need to make that first. And it's beautiful. The yarn is stunning. It's like a cream yarn with different colours going through it. Just up my street. And then, what did I buy? Oh, obviously I went to Hayley's, and she has, oh, I've not bought the pattern. She had this beautiful shawl, the leafy lacy one that I've just finished was 85.5 inches like long. But Andrew Mowry has just brought one out, and it's like a slip stitch, and it's got different colours in. I think she used Riverside Knits yarn, I think. Riverside Knits, Spring Cycle, Spun Cycle. I need to put it under here. Hayley's was beautiful, and I was like, right, okay, I just want exactly that. She started laughing. It's just my bits, just my leftovers. So an amazing project. So I bought, a cream one, natural, and it's I'm sure it's DK. What's this? Oh, 4-ply. Oh, must be 4-ply. This is DK. That's 4-ply, but I think I'm going to hold that double. I think that was a conversation. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? And it's very simple knit. So again, I would be able to do this as well. So love it, love it. So yeah, that was an impulse. Okay, that was an impulse. Oh, and the second was an impulse, but this isn't my fault because, and I'm going to throw Belinda from Bell and Stitch under the bus because we're both looking at things, and she fell in love with this item that was on the stand, and it's a really beautiful, like, it's kind of like a cardigan with no buttons on, but it's just floaty, and I haven't even got the pattern for that. I'm so bad, I'm so sorry. I have to put it in. So it comes in this beautiful box. Look, so this was a bit of an investment purchase. Look how Hayley's packaged all this. I'm looking at the wrapping. So again, this is natural yak silk lace weight. When I made my Alpine Bloom, I used that yak yarn, oh my word, it was just beautiful. So it's 2 skeins of this, and then this natural, and it's just the most beautifulest colour. And I thought it'd be really nice to have like a neutral garment that will go with most things. So that's what it's going to be like, and it is stocking stitch, with like a pearl bump or a nip bump, I think. Beautiful. So I'll see if I can get a photograph and put it in. If not, I will show you when I next do a podcast. I'll show you proper. Perhaps I should do some dream knitting. So again, I think that will come under my ease of things. If you just want to sit and watch the TV, which is how we spend most of our evenings. So kind of, oh, that's it. And I was allowed to purchase a surprise project. I gave myself a bit of leeway rather than be too tight. Does that sound good? Does that sound feasible? I think so. Because I went to see Diane at Yew Tree Yarns, and it was her first show at Yarndale. Oh my word, the stall looked amazing. And I followed her, but like she's about 4 years old. So she was just podcasting, and then she started making bags, and that's they are beautiful, her bags, absolutely beautiful. And then she got into yarn dye. Oh my word! And I'll be honest, it was my very first purchase, and that's where I go down the rabbit hole. As soon as I make that first purchase, if it is not on my list, I'm like, oh my word. But when I show you, you will understand why, because it's the most beautifulest yarn. And this is one of the differences I saw this year, in that I couldn't have just made such an impulse purchase. Yeah, I'll show you. Stop talking, Karen, and get it out of the bag. So I saw this colour, oh my word, and this is, moreover, look at that colour. Oh, and the logo is so cute. Oh my word. So I was like, right, okay, and I saw this as well. Because I saw this first and I was like, oh my word, oh my word. And this is called Rainbow Dancer. Look at that, isn't that beautiful? So I had that in my hand. I thought, oh yeah, I'm going to buy a skein of yarn. This is 4-ply, 400 metres. And I thought, right, okay. And I think it's a sweater quantity, a 4-ply. Oh my word, oh my word. So I was like, right, okay, I'm having that. And I can't believe that I was so confident that I just knew exactly how much I needed in 4-ply. So that's a big difference. And it's really plump as well, really plump. Yes. Superwash merino, 75% superwash merino and 25% nylon. So yes, loved it, absolutely loved it. And then what else did I buy? Oh, Super Effective Fibres had this thing that they were knitting in February, and he's finished it now, and it is like a shawl cowl thing, and it's called the Simon Shawl by Joanna Harriet from Twinset and Pearls, and he's done it in like a dark grey, like a slate. Oh my word, it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. You know when you just have to get in on there. So I don't think I've ever knitted myself so anything, excuse me, in red, and I love red. So of course I went all around looking for the perfect red, and I found it. Pixie yarn, and this is called Ruby. Beautiful. Tell a lie, I just remembered I have knitted myself something in red. The most gorgeous pair of socks from Hokey Lokey Telly. Yeah, lovely. So this is Ruby, and it's a merino nylon 425 metres, 464 yards. Right, so I thought, right, I want the red, and I'd really like a black, because I have just ordered, it's arrived, the same dress as this for the winter, and it's a charcoal colour, and I thought this would go lovely. Look at this, and this is really random. I think the guy thought I was mad, because I was just like, I just kind of looking, I didn't go in, but I was just scanning for black. And it's all wool that ends wool. Found the perfect black, and this is called Shadow. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And again, this is 75% superwash, 25% nylon, 425 metres, so there's quite a lot there. But I think reading this, I should have read the pattern And I think I need more. What does it say for the yarn? Keep myself when I come home. Oh, okay. The pattern includes a Simon cowl as well. Right. Where is it? I need 500 meters in colour A and 500 meters in colour B. So I've got 425. So I'm 75 meters short. So I'm just going to weigh this and then do work halfway, and then just take it. I'll increase to a certain point, do a bit more, and then I'll start decreasing. So that's my plan. Who's going to know? So yes, I think that will be lovely, and that again I think will be a fairly easy project. And then, well, when I was talking to you about things I took to the show, because Stephen West was Stephen and Penelope were going to be there, or the stall was going to be there, and that's my moan. I wasn't the only one that people thought that he was going to be there, and he wasn't. Penelope, she was there holding the fort with all the other lovely girls and had the stall up. So I wore this, which is my favourite Stephen West shawl, and it's made in Bird Street yarn. This is what I made. Oh, this is the Stephen West, what's it called? Make Along in October. This is what I made to go to Blackpool in. But it's a beast. It is a beast. But there were some people wearing them, and they were huge. I can't remember what that's called. That was last year's Make Along. And then in February, I put this, and this is I just had the pattern. The Glow Hair Frost Scarflet. Oh my word, and I adore this. This was so beautiful, and I think I bought this from Yarn Unique. So this is the yarn plus the floof. So you start here, you got there, there's a bit of easy knitting, then you go into the lace, which is dead easy, then your eyelets again, and then you have this pattern, which I adore, just a scarf in that. And I had the shawl for this. So I was a bit miffed on Saturday, and I thought, right, okay. I thought maybe I'd treat myself to a kit for the Make Along this year. And then as he wasn't there, I thought, no, I can do it. But as it happened, he didn't have any kits. It was just all his hex, and there were some other yarns, like his own yarns, that you could purchase. So I struggled in the pub on Saturday night, and I was like, just toying with the idea. I don't think I should, or shall I? Oh my word. And Laura's like, just get yourself some, Mum. She's fed up hearing me. So I went back and I did, and I bought the yarn to make another scarflet. So this is the Tandem, West Wall Tandem, and it's in the colourway. Yeah, does it have a colourway? No, it doesn't. Okay, it doesn't. So this is DK. It's 100 grams, 200 and, oh my word, I can't see, 233 meters, I think. And I've got a West Wall glow hair to go. I think it's the Dustland, like little scarflet thing. You know, like Petite Knits started, was it last year she started it? And I've made one, or kind of made one myself, which I have, but it's, yeah, I think it was a bit cheeky. She had two sizes and charged you for both patterns. Just put it on one, yeah. And I think I just took the yarn that I had. Yeah, it was the lilac, wasn't it, that I did. I just knitted the yarn that I had and just kind of made it up. I think I was in between the small one. I had too much for the small one, but not enough for the big one. So I did that kind of thing where I weighed it half and then stopped, which I'm hoping to do for that Simon shawl. So yes, I'm pleased I've got that. At least I get it. And then I need to go and see my friend Dawney from Dawn's Days Vlogs and go to Amsterdam, and then I can have a good look, and maybe, yeah, he'll be there. So I think that is kind of it, though I did buy some patterns. Let's have a look. Oh. Yes. I didn't make Benjamin a jumper. He is grandson number 3, and he's very woolly as well, the same as Fred. I made him the rabbit from sardines. Is it sardines? Sardines, tin sardines, sardines. Yeah, whatever. And I came home and I literally just got it out of the bag and just started knitting. Oh my word! But I held on to it. I was going to give it to him the first day at school when he went back, because he's in rabbits as a classroom, and that's I made him the Toft bunny. Excuse me, the Toft bunny when he was 1 in lockdown, and he is my little bunny. So I made him the rabbit, and I kept it back for his birthday. He absolutely adores it. He sleeps on his bed with it. He's just turned 6. So I saw this pattern by Anne Kingston, and I bought it, and it was an impulse buy, because I said, I'm going to make this for him next year, but he'll be 7. I don't know what his wardrobe choices will be. And his favourite colour is orange. It could be something totally different. Look at that. And it goes up to, because I did check, where is it? It goes up 6 to 7 and 7 to 8 years. So yes, oh my word, that would be so lovely to make him that pattern. That's what it looks like on the back. So we will see where he is next year. If not, I can always make it for the other grandchildren, she says. So I went to see Jenny Crow. Oh my word, love going there. And I said to her, I have, the blanket pack I bought last year, I haven't started it. I've started in another blanket, an Attic 24. And I think I'm just in the mood just to do like an easy blanket. And I think I might start like in January. But she had this beautiful pattern of these mitts. Oh my word. So I bought the pattern. I might buy the kit. So I really, really like those. So yes, get a bit more colour work under my belt. And then I was saying to her, I was after a pattern, and it was after we were sort of had left Yarndale. As we went out, we'd seen this beautiful Jenny Crow blanket, and when we spoke to the woman, she had just used her leftovers, but she teamed it with a grey, and she knew exactly who I was talking to, and she knew the pattern, which was really good because I'd forgotten. So it was a Summer Palace crochet blanket. So that's what it is, and that's what it looks like. Oh my word. This lady, I've shown it, if you'd have to go back to next year and have a look. It was all different colours, and it came together. It's cohesive in the sense that she did like a silvery grey. I said to her, I'd love to do something like that. So I think I just need to play. I need to have some time to play and weigh my yarn out. So that's where that goes. That's where that's going. And then I found somebody else, which again, I think this might have been when we were leaving. And I bought 3 patterns. I would have bought the yarn, but she didn't have the yarn that she sold out. She has all the socks listed up. So she had those. Oh my word. And they start from, where is it? This is what I thought was so good. From a baby, young child, adult, small, medium and large. And she had the cutest little pair of baby socks. So I thought, right, well, that is something I need in my library. So I'll pick that one out. And then again, looking at accessories. It's going to get to the time of year when we're reading a bit of Dickens. Miss Havisham. Look at those mitts. Oh my word. So a cable. That was on my list. I haven't put it on my list actually. Yes, I printed off a pattern, bought a couple of patterns. I really fancy some cables. And then there was this, oh my word, it was so cute, hanging up, and I asked for the pattern. And I thought about it since, and I thought, oh, do you know what, can I wear it with all my chins? I thought, do you know what, I'm getting to that age, I'm going to wear whatever I want. As long as I'm decent, I think I can wear whatever I want. Look at that, isn't that pretty? And that might be quite nice just to sort of tuck down here. Because when I go quilting, it's dead cold in the winter. There. Well, then I've just, yeah, that's it. That's it. I brought something down, but it isn't really to do with this. So there we are. There we are, and I just cannot wait. I'm currently working on a project for my youngest grandson, number six grandchild, number 5th grandson. Yes, this is something for his birthday, which is about 10 days away, and he's chunky in the sense of, not being rude here, but he is chunky, but he's built like his granddad. His mum and dad are very slight, and Reuben is slight as well, like Benjamin is. So I did this, knitted the back of this, and it's all stocking stitch. I thought, oh, that'll be just what I need. And then I finished the back and said to Mr. Jackson, I think this is going to fit him. He's like, yeah, it fit him. And he came, I held it up against him, and it doesn't. Well, in the sense of, I think he'd get it on like this, but that would be it. And I was like, right, okay, I'm just going to rip it out. So I re-knitted the back, I've knitted the front, and I knitted the 2 sleeves. So today and tomorrow's job is to sew the shoulders together, and it's like a hooded, it's like a hoodie. So I've got to do that, so that's the next thing. And if I put this down, I will not finish it, and I really want to give it to him. So I'm just going to carry on with that, and then, yeah, I might have a cast-on party, because I think I'm busy. I think I've got Saturday next week, so the goal is, yeah, get it finished by then, and then I can spend Saturday having a bit of a cast-off party. I cannot tell you how excited I am. So I hope you had a good time if you were lucky enough to be able to go to Yarndale, and if you didn't, I hope you've enjoyed all the wonderful videos that are out there. I should have written a list really. I'm still looking. I was lucky to see Ali from Little Drops of Wonderful, which we follow, both Laura and I, and Suzanne, who I've never met before, from Green Lampkin Yarn. I have some of her yarn, a couple of her advents. Oh my word, she was lovely. And she was wearing this stunning jumper. I didn't realise how tall she was. I mean, I'm only 5'3", depending on what day. Sometimes I'm 5'2", but I'm officially 5'3". But yeah, she was really tall, but she's got this stunning, like, stripy jumper. And she did tell me the name. I need to go and have a look. And I think it's the girl that lives in the northeast. I think she's solicitor by day, Carabera, something like that. And it's beautiful, absolutely stunning. I'm assuming that she knitted it in her yarn, which is beautiful. And then we met Sam Rayner, who I've only just seen. We're fans of Ellie from Craft House Magic, and Ellie put a video up, and they went to the Lay Family Yarn Retreat, and her friend Sam was there. So we've been watching. As I'm watching the Yarndale video yesterday, I was like, oh my word, I missed that. Oh my word, I missed that. So Mr. Jack said to me, you were there for 2 days, surely you saw everything. And I was like, no, we had all the fiasco with the bus on Saturday. So then I was texting Laura this morning, and she's messaged me, and she said, oh, I've just watched Sam Rayner's video. Oh, it was lovely. She goes, I really love her. I'm gonna watch her. She said, but we missed loads of stuff. I was like, yeah, I know. So, but yeah, we had a great time. So I'm all invigorated and inspired. Yes, and it's so much to it's only reasons to go to a yarn show, and that's the biggest one that I go to. I'd love to go to the ones down south. Maybe we will, but I've got some serious knitting to do before then. I've been to the East Anglia Yarn Show, I've been to the one in Blackpool, and I've been obviously to Yarndale a lot. I quite like to go to the Flock and actually had a look. Yeah, because I've got a big birthday next year, so I'm thinking of things that I might write a list of what I would like to do. It'd be interesting to see what's on the list and what I actually achieve. But that might be something nice. I'd love to go meet Claire and John from Bird Street Yarns, because I love their yarns. I love their yarns. Right, so I think I did very well. I think, yeah, I'm really happy with what I've got. So, my loves, I'm going to leave you, and this will go up, I don't know, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It will go up sometime early to middle next week, shall we say. Yes, I've been very good with my getting that video up and, yeah, breaking the drought, put in my Yarndale while I'm up on Friday, so I need some editing time. Right, I will love and leave you, and happy knitting, happy crafting, stay safe, and I hope you're okay in this storm. Bye, my lovies.